Hello, everybody, and welcome to AJS News. There's like a lull in like some stuff, and then everything all blew up all at once, and so there was a lot of reading of YouTube comments and forum posts.
What?
And so like I may need like a little extra time this week to go through because like
What are you talking about?
Oh, there's some stuff. People on the internet are mad.
Of what?
Mad at everything. They're mad at IGN. They're mad at Fallout. They're mad at Battlefield.
Oh, you're really building up this episode. Holy Jesus.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
But first, a word from our sponsors. It's Christmas present time opening. I got Christmas presents. I'm not supposed to open this until Christmas.
You're supposed to open the card.
Are we gonna have a Christmas? When is Christmas? Is that Tuesday? Monday?
No. Wednesday. No,
Wednesday? Oh, so we might be able to do an AJS News. If we don't, here's our Christmas episode.
Yeah.
It looks like our friend, I know we talked about him before on the show, but he went up. But this is how cool this guy is. It's Chad from Rogues Apparel. He's like, thank you for your support. Keep up the great videos. Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas to you, Chad. Yes. RoguesApparel.com.
From the Angry Army to you.
He's a cool-ass dude. Joe's wearing one of his shirts. Alex is wearing one of his shirts.
I ripped open my present right away.
He tore the box apart.
Y'all couldn't wait, so definitely check out his stuff because it's freaking awesome. Look at this one, Joe.
And they're good, soft T-shirts. They're not like the crappy ones that are itchy. Like, these are good.
Get one of these shirts for one of your buddies. I'm sure they would love the designs. Every single design up there is freaking badass. So get some stocking stuffers for you and your friends. All right, guys? Thank you so much, Chad. We appreciate it, man. RoguesApparel.com. Visit it. Our friends. That's nice. Oh, and he also sent this over.
It's like
this is a big old gift basket, so I'm gonna be eating from this as we do our news story. Go ahead.
Gyms and Red Bull.
Oh, there's a Red Bull up in here.
There's all sorts of.
Yeah. I'm gonna give me that. Let's go.
All right. Well, Fallout 76, has had a track of excellence so far this year. As far
is that
as
a beer? All right, man.
Is there a beer in there?
Yes, I'm in there.
Or is it a root beer?
Oh, it's a root beer.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Pretty good.
Once again, we have Fallout again.
Yeah, Fallout 76.
Fallout 76. What did they do this time?
They're just out there fixing problems, and they were absolutely successful in fixing problems. They put a new patch in, and it's a new feature where every time you
it's a Christmas miracle.
It is, yeah. So every time you reload your weapon, your armor breaks.
Please, excuse me. Explain that to me.
You go like that, and then your armor breaks a little bit, and then it breaks a little bit more, and then every time you reload it, the defensive value just gets worse and worse and worse.
How did they make this game? That they change one unrelated thing and it breaks another unrelated thing. This thing was slapped together, guys. There's proof of it. And it's just the Christmas gift that keeps on giving. Well, we haven't heard the last of Fallout 76 and Fallout 76 first.
Yeah, it's in addition to the armor breaking during reload, just durability. There was a bunch of different issues where people are showing you're using a weapon and it breaks before you've actually finish everything.
It's like any gun you're using, it could be a pistol.
Yeah, durability all over is just it's a giant mess, and they're working on it right now. There's a lot of really fun videos of people showing they reload, and then you see the armor value drops. It's just what the hell is happening in this stuff?
Does it just completely fall apart?
Well, it gets to the point where the armor value just goes to nothing. Now there's a fix, right, where you just take your armor off and you put it back on. But if you're in the middle of fighting something where you need to be reloading,
timeout.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'll let the feral ghouls know that, hold on.
It's wait, guys, I need to do this real quick. Oh, you're playing our game. We'll give you some time.
Yeah. So there was a lot of real fun, rational discussion in the Fallout 76 subreddit that I went through just to get all sorts of, the little tidbits of seeing what actually was happening. And, man, people are getting upset with that game. Every week, the 7 people who are still playing it get even more, fanatical about the game. Yeah. But they lose one that just goes, no, you guys are wrong. And it's just...
too used to be like you.
Yeah. It's terrible. There was also a lot of problems this week on IGN. There was game of the year announcements.
Oh yeah, I heard that Death Stranding was on their Game of the Year award, and then they removed it.
Yeah, so that's that's what was being reported, and that's what was everywhere, right? The reports read IGN snubs Death Stranding. Death Stranding had won the poll, then they deleted the poll, and then didn't give it Game of the Year. That's not at all what happened. So on the forum, a user put up a poll saying, what is your game of the year? Death Stranding definitely won. Now, to the point where a mod who is not an IGN employee, they just like volunteer time on there, just said, look, do not vote for Death Stranding to troll just because it has Kojima's name on it. Doesn't mean you should be voting
that
it.
mod was being an idiot.
Yeah, the mod was an idiot. And then ultimately it got deleted. And so then everyone ran with the story that IGN hates Death Stranding.
But my question to you was that IGN user poll an official IGN user poll? But it was the biggest one on their forums, because they have a big community at IGN.
It's very, very large. Yeah. And so it's
surprising to me, but okay.
And then when it disappeared, that's why it got so much press. Like, they're stifling our choice. And then ultimately, IGN eventually started coming out and started to responding to some of the YouTube videos saying, look, we didn't snub it. It won our Players' Choice Awards because it did get so many votes. It won. IGN chose it for the PlayStation Exclusive Game of the Year because it dominated that category. It didn't win. Of course, it did. It didn't win the overall Game of the Year because they have some metric that it said that it didn't quite meet. And so it was just a bunch of outlets. It was a slow week at first, and then they're like, no, IGN is
it's rigged.
Yeah, everything's rigged. They just don't like Death Stranding, and then videos were made. So it was pretty horrible going through all of the forum posts.
The more you know, see?
Yeah, the things we do for you to bring you all of the real deep information on these horrible.
Deep.
Yeah,
you went deep into IGN.
Yeah, deep
you
dive.
Went deep.
One of my favorites this week was Modern Warfare, which we kind of spoke pretty highly of at first upon launch.
Yes. They have not been fuckers.
They have not.
They have now become fuckers.
Now they are.
The fuckery has arrived. I saw this as well. Yeah. I was thinking about doing an angry rant. $20?
Well, so it's not the bundle itself is $20.
Okay.
Right? So you get a bunch of cosmetics to go along with it, but it includes the watch, which if
pay to see your kill-death ratio, a feature that we've had for years, for decades. People that have been asking for it, obviously, because why did they take out the kill-death ratio, Joe? Because they
wanted to sell it to you later.
No, well, okay, that
too.
But what do you think initially was the reason is to try to make the community better?
And the excuse that they gave us?
Yes.
We wanted to reduce toxicity.
Right.
Because if people like OJ, who are like 1 in 32, they're like, hey, I don't want you on my team. So, look, not everyone's good at video games. It's fine.
Could have let him do it up.
Could have let him do it. You gonna get a little piece of poop in your bed at night.
So,
Joe's a cat. No, I think I'm worse at the game than Joe is. Joe's actually good at Modern Warfare. He'd probably kick your ass. Y'all should fight. That is fucked up, though. I want to talk to Activision. What the fuck? That should not be a part of any bundle. Like, here's what you should have done. You should have said, here's a free update that adds kill death ratios. It's a little option in the things if you want to see it, right? And then it's just a standard pop-up screen, right?
Like you hold tab.
Right, you hold tab.
It shows you how many times you've died.
But then, in addition, in their $20 customization bundle and items and stuff, there's a watch that is way more cool than just a tab thing. And you're like, oh, look at how cool my watch is, right? And then let people who want to buy that watch buy the watch. That is how you should have done it. It offers more customization, gets you some unique animations if they're going to sell emotes and shit, which, in other games they sell that. And that would have been a good compromise because your community gets the kill death. I would like to see the kill death ratios. Actually, you do see the kill death ratio.
Only after the match is over.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So you can see it during the match with the watch, and you'll probably get killed as you're looking at your watch. So you deserve it.
Yeah.
No, you don't deserve it. It's Activision who deserves it, not you.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of other stuff that comes in that pack. So you are paying not just for the watch,
well, it's
right?
It's a 10-piece cosmetic collection plus the watch. So you do get 10 things, skins and stuff, but people are buying it because they want the watch.
Right.
They want to know what their KD
but
is.
But the news story is you pay $20 for a watch.
Just for the watch.
It's like $2 for the watch, but it's still just as fucked up, in my opinion. It's a little less fucked up because if they said $20 for a watch? What is this? What is a fucking watch? Yeah. Is it a watch now?
It's going to be a James Bond GoldenEye watch.
Ratio. What is fucking blue? Is it blue? Is it fucking blue? Better not be blue. No, I think it's black. Black with red on it.
That'd be cool. Huh?
I know. I like black and red. I ain't buying this shit, Joe. You know, Modern Warfare, you were doing so good, and the Battle Pass. So this week we're gonna check out all that stuff, and we can make an update video on where the game is. It may not be that big a deal because it is a big deal because. Here's how we push back as a community. This is how we got Modern Warfare to improve. Yeah. Where I'm saying, maybe it's not that big of a deal because they have made other compromises. When something like this happens, we need to speak up. So make your voices heard in the comments down below. Tell people because they got community managers that go through, YouTube and see what the reaction is to these things.
Yeah, maybe you can check it out on your Stadia.
This was wrong. I just gave y'all an alternative solution, and that would be cool if y'all did that in the future. Keep it to cosmetic items only, and people will be fine.
Yeah, well, this is even worse because it's a feature that we've had for decades. I mean, since the very first-person shooter, you've always been able to see what your kill-death ratio is. And it's weird for them to pull away these features just to sell them to you later. So it looks even more nefarious than it really is.
Yep.
So... All right, we got a brief update on Stadia and more of the broken promises on like the way that some of these things look.
Where's my Stadia? I did not have time to complete the full assessment, so stay tuned for that. We still want to do it. I got family in town. It's crazy as hell. You got Star Wars week, but we're gonna find time to get a full assessment of Stadia. The review might literally be me sitting in it. It's shit.
Yeah.
Okay, is that okay? Can I do that? I've always wanted to do that. But
this is the time.
It would be downvoted like a motherfucker. It's like, Joe, do your fucking review. Do your fucking job. I did. It's shit.
Yeah, it is bad. And so the Final Fantasy 15 and Metro Exodus were both played. They were compared to the way they looked on consoles, and they're not good. And so like you're getting Final Fantasy 1080p at 30 FPS. I mean, Stadia promised so much more. The problem is, had they not overpromised and underdelivered, this wouldn't have been a problem, right?
Right.
But they're like, this is going to change everything. You don't need a console. These are going to be better. And it's like, look, this is worse.
Founders in a lot of edition, join the revolution.
I threw away all my consoles because of you.
Oh,
You said I don't need
all the epic
stuff.
commercials of people canoeing through reality. It's ridiculous, man. And we've talked about it before because we've talked about Stadia enough that it's like, man, sometimes these companies need a reality check.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that we have to give it to them after they release a shitty product. I wish we could somehow give it to them before, where it's like, look, man, this is not ready. If you release this, you're going to be the biggest joke in gaming. It's going to be a disaster. People are going to feel ripped off. You're going to get a lot of negative press. But maybe they're like, we don't care. People are going to buy it anyway.
Because they have to be some testers to be like, look, it's not ready.
Right. There has to be.
Well, if they're testers,
they have to know it.
It's like,
Google,
fire him.
If they're at Google,
Fire
like
him.
they're not doing it over the internet. So it's just like you have to find someone in like the middle of nowhere with basic Comcast internet, and be like, test this game for me.
But then they would have known to have positioned it as a beta test. This is an alpha release. Yes, you're paying for it, but hey, this is technology that needs to be paid for. Just make some, position the product to set expectations.
Exactly. Had they just said that it's 4K capable and it's going to ultimately determine whether or not the devs want to make it run at that, which is the reality, right? So
they failed.
They did everything poorly, and now they're getting bit for it. So
Good.
Just another two games that just don't quite stack up. So if you missed Final Fantasy 15 or Metro Exodus, don't get it on Stadium.
And I actually have to buy stuff on Stadia in order to review this thing. That's the worst part. So I have to make a video in order to make it worth it.
All right. Well, we got Battlefield 5 patch 5.2 that came out, and people are mad. And so what they did is they've been playing Battlefield 5 for some time. We got some updates to the game. The Pacific got introduced, and then
we recorded a video, but we couldn't get the right footage, and I don't think we put it together yet because we had a Battlefield 5 Pacific update. But when we played it, we enjoyed it. But this was something recent.
This is something very recent. Okay. So it happened about 8 days ago.
Okay, yeah, no.
And so they changed the time to kill on all the weapons. They wanted to rebalance pretty much everything. So what they did is, if you were familiar at all with Battlefield 5, you played it a new day, and it felt like a wildly different game. So killing people at range, almost impossible. There were metas shifted where people were just running around with pistols, like insta-killing you at close distances.
Yeah, because whenever he was playing, there was this guy that we believe was hacking. He had like 100
he was 100% hacking. You know what? Let's put up that video anyway. Yeah. Okay. Did you edit that one together? I think we edited a version.
That was the guy who was sniping you off the gunboats?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll do an intro video to that. Let you know this is from the previous build, but we want to show you this fucking asshole so we can get banned.
Though the reason that it was important to mention is the community overwhelmingly hated it. They said this is the wrong direction. There's no reason for any of this. And then,
I was thinking about liking increased time to kill.
Yeah.
But you said there's so many other issues there that it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So what ended up happening is it was roughly the same amount of kills were happening in the map simultaneously, but it was being done in like a really almost perverse sense where people stopped using the weapons you think they'd be using and started just running around with pistols and then just like insta-killing people at short range.
More effective than a machine gun. I saw like a GIF where it's like some guy is shooting across and he was hitting a guy multiple times and he wasn't going down.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Do you ever see the UHF scene where the Rambo, he's just like unloading on him?
Have you seen that GIF that we can give to Joe, or should I give it to him?
I'll make sure that I'll make sure I give it to him. But people were really upset about it, and they on their forums and on the subreddit, they contacted the employees and said, "This is terrible. What are you doing?" And they said, "We are not reverting this patch. We like it as is. We're going to tweak and we're going to change things going along." And as the week kept progressing, apparently they kind of changed what they're doing, because now they look like they're sticking to we're not going to revert, but they're changing way more with the patch than they were before. They're constantly trying to make it feel more like the game that people liked before. But we'll just have to see, because it's a weird time for them in like as far as the release of the game, just to wildly change everything.
Yeah, I mean, if they didn't start releasing the Americans and the Japanese and more interesting maps that are more like the War II that we know from past nostalgic games and the more well-known battles, I wouldn't care, because I probably wouldn't be playing it. But I do care because, I do play it, and I'm back, and they're starting to get more of the community back. Maybe they made those changes for some of the casuals that are coming back, and then their hardcore communities like, stop this crap, we like it this way or that way. And it's a difficult job, balancing the game. But from what I've seen and some footage that I've seen, there's definitely some balancing changes.
There were some major issues. Well, we got some good news this week, and so it's just a bit of a bright news is Obsidian had a brief post. It was a special thank you from Obsidian where they announced next year in 2020 we're going to get some DLC to the Outer Worlds. And so they were really happy with
Earth. Is it like
they haven't announced anything? They said the journey isn't over yet, as we are excited to announce that we will be expanding the story through DLC next year. So we got no other information. We don't know anything else about it, but
I'm cool.
It was a good game. And
DLC, you have to understand, and we have to educate our audience. DLC isn't bad. Okay, it's
the way it's
the way it's handled. Yeah, day one DLC. Now you're raising an eyebrow. Yeah. But when a game is good, it's a complete game. It gives you a satisfying experience. We want to see DLC. It's called DLC these days, but back in the old days, it would have been called an expansion. Yeah. Right? Let's just call it an expansion. An expansion is coming. All right, cool. An expansion to the Outer Worlds. I'm down. I would like to see what the hell happened to Earth if it's really dark. Go and explore. L.A. Escape from New York and L.A.
Snack.
Well, the Nintendo Switch finally launched in China this week, so it was the last of the big three to release their platforms in mainland China, which up until this year was the largest video game market in the world. I think the U.S. just barely surpassed them. I mean, they're both about $36 billion. And so we'll just have to see what ends up happening. They're only releasing with one game. We get Super Smash Brothers, which is it's a pretty good title to release with. They're planning on releasing a bunch of other games. It's just held up in the approval process because it's so hard to get to games in there. Now Nintendo had to partner with Tencent to get them in there. So there are a lot of
that's Chinese law.
It's the way that it has to be done, but of course course, everyone's a little bit worried about it.
Well, I welcome our Chinese brothers to, even though you're not seeing this right now because there's no way for you to see this right now, but I welcome our Chinese brothers to the golden age of gaming, and I will beat your ass in Smash. Actually, I won't.
No,
we suck at Smash.
I gotten better at it.
So they're going to have an uphill battle in China. China is dominated by free-to-play games, and it's always been the case because some of the major developers wanted to make there was so much pirated content in China that free-to-play is easier over there to force people to connect to the servers and spend money that way rather than worry about them doing all those things. So,
well, the Angry Joe Show can free the people of China from oppressive DLC and oppressive microtransactions and grindy free-to-play games. I'll bring my aircraft carrier jet over there. We'll launch all fighters, and then we will
take us down in a heartbeat.
Yeah, yeah. They just like hack into your cell phone, and they're like, nope, none of that stuff. So
no, I think that the people of China love good games just as much as we, and it would be cool if they started. But if they like playing free to play games, just you wait till you get a taste of some of the stuff we've been playing. Which I'm sure they have. It's not like they're in the Stone Age over there.
Yeah,
but I guess they have to do it through piracy or importing stuff. Or I mean, that stuff is really interesting.
Yeah,
to me,
it's hard to get stuff in and out of there. Well, the last bit of news we got is Fortnite had a big, I want to say release, but it felt like just a long, weird advertisement. With Star Wars came to Fortnite. You caught a little bit of it, right?
I did. I watched it.
I wanted to watch it, but I wasn't going to do no Fortnite account.
Same. So I just watched it on YouTube. There's always going to be a video. I watched it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. It
I
didn't
guess I could have
the other
seen
ones,
with
right?
my cousins on their account, but what happened?
I just saw the trailer for it. You saw a little sneak peek into the.
What was it though? Because remember when they had the Gaiju and the robot? That shit was kind of cool.
Well, this one, everyone was gathering around the platform. You see a TIE fighter, the Millennium Falcon's like shooting them down, and then the Millennium Falcon lands. And out pops Jeff.
They killed an Imperial fighter. I mean, but the Empire did nothing wrong.
I don't know.
This is controversial.
And then it just lands. Jeff comes out. Then he's making his announcement.
Jeff comes out.
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
He had an avatar in Fortnite.
He did. Then he's making a little announcement, and then the stormtrooper comes out. It was kind of weird. He was trying to be funny. Well, I guess it's not my humor.
Yeah.
A stormtrooper was making
some jokes and stuff like
fart
that.
jokes for the 12-year-olds?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
And then J.J. Abrams comes out and just talks about the film and whatnot.
And he has an avatar.
Pops up. The trailer pops up.
It's just the trailer?
Yep.
Was it at least some unique footage that we ain't seen before?
Yeah, it is. I haven't seen it before. I don't know if you got no. You didn't watch it?
I didn't watch that part. No, yeah, it didn't look very good.
Okay, man. God damn it, man. The internet has already decided they hate this film. I'm still holding out hope, which is probably going to turn into anger.
There's going to be 45 Star Wars videos between now and New Year's.
Please don't do this to me. I want it to be good. Joe, did it look good?
It was just a little clip. Everyone gets off the ship, and Rey's like confronted by some stormtroopers, and she's like, "You're not supposed to be here." He's like, "We're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here." That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's real quick.
Okay, so she does a Jedi mind trick then.
Yep.
Even though she's got no training. And where did she learn the Jedi? Oh, she learned it herself. No, she learned it from Kylo.
Or the books. She's got the books.
Oh, she got the books now. She got the books. They're going to be up.
There's a guide in there that you...
Shut up! Yeah. It's going to be good!
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I'm worried too. But okay, cool. So it was you know what? I like those in-game events. It's super capitalism.
You were excluded.
16 times the detail. Yeah, you're right. But if it was a game that I really liked and enjoyed, I'm like, oh, cool. There's, they're actually doing events. But, like people on the internet say, it's like $1 billion company giving another $1 billion company millions of dollars to promote their stuff. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I mean, they did it for the Marvel, release with Thanos, and I thought that was pretty cool. So it's just, in the game like that, you have to keep it fresh. And keeping it fresh. Now, do kids these days really give a shit about Star Wars? I don't know. Cousins don't give a shit about Star Wars.
Look pretty cool, though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no.
And the gliders.
I hope it gets them excited, and but could you imagine? 8 and 12-year-olds going to Rise of Skywalker, and if it's as dark as apparently, JJ says it is it? I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
What?
I want to see kids
The darkest
come out crying,
chapter or
okay?
something. The rest of the film. I don't know. We'll see. And I guess we'll see how that affects ticket sales. Yeah. If Rise of the Skywalker does worse than The Last Jedi, I'm going to be surprised because The Last Jedi had no Fortnite promotion where all of kiddom plays Fortnite and it's a big fucking advertisement. Can you actually not get away from it? Like if you're just trying to, I don't care about Rise of Skywalker. I just want to play Fortnite and you're trying to pew pew pew, and then all of a sudden there's a big trailer playing. You're like, shut up!
What is that?
Do you know? I guess you don't play it.
I don't play.
All right. Just curious.
Yeah, hopefully it isn't just some horrible advertisement that just gets popped in there.
So somebody in comments who plays Fortnite, let me know.
Yeah.
If everything's shut down and you're forced to watch it.
Yeah, forced to play all that stuff. But well, that's the last one we have, unless you guys want to have anything else you want to bring up. It was a big week.
Yeah, no. Joe told me PlanetSide 2 Arena.
Yeah, we
shut down.
Finally shut down.
Finally shut down.
Down for good. That one guy. That
trouble.
poor one guy.
On Steam, there was a player count of one person. I want you to put up a image of that, Joe. I was mad last time, and you didn't actually show one person left playing it. Well, that one person is sad because not even the developers were in their own game.
It was the developer's mom. Okay. It was just logged in there. Just like, no.
So that shut down, but I don't want to say good, but it allows them to focus on the future. And I hope the future is PlanetSide 3. Because if it is, we are all about that shit. Angry Army, look us up. And they, involve us. We want to help make that game good because there ain't no game out there. PlanetSide 2 in its prime was just so fucking awesome, guys. You check out my review. I got a real old one. I'm skinny and happy in that one, so check it out. All right. Cool.
That's all we got this week.
That's all we got this week. We will see you on the next one. I think we'll have time. You'll still be in town. Okay, cool. Well, we'll see y'all next week on next Monday, where we will have seen Star Wars.
Three times?
Yeah, probably
2 or 3 times.
To bare minimum 2, possibly 3. So, and
2 times.
Yeah, okay. Have fun, guys, with your families, and appreciate y'all
Merry
coming
Christmas.
out. Hit the sub button below if you haven't already. Like the video and. See you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Check out our friend Chad's roguesapparel.com. Pick up a shirt for you or your friends. The dude's really nice. Want to kick it back to him, all right? Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.